Hey friends, today we're going to take a look at our 120 grid again, and we've been practicing addition. So let's do a quick review and then we're going to do something new. So like we've practiced before, we can add up numbers like 25 plus 37 equals something on our 120 grid. And I can take this and I can look and say, okay, first I need to add my tens. Well, first I need to get my starting number, don't I? Silly Miss Bible. So my starting number is 25. Then I need to go and figure out how many tens to add. So when I look at my number, my 2-digit number that I'm adding, I have 3 tens. Now remember, when we want to move by tens, we move up and down to move by tens. We're trying to go to larger numbers, so that's going to move down our 120 grid. So let's count our tens out. So we have 10, 20, 30. Let me make that just a little bit bolder so it's a little easier for you to see. 10, 20, 30. A little easier to read there. So I'm halfway done. Now I need to add my ones. So I go back up to my number, I check my ones digit, and okay, I need to add 7 ones. So I'm right here at 30. I'm right where I've added 30, which has me at 55. So now I'm going to go to the right to add some ones. So I'm going to go 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. I got right here, I've got to go to the next row. 36, 37. So my answer is 62. So that's nice and easy. Let's do a little something different. Let's do some subtraction. Let me get my eraser out. Let's make sure I'm on the right eraser. And then we will get started. Alrighty. So let's get going with our subtraction. And for our first example, let's do 84 minus 30. Let's keep it easy and just do tens, like we did on our number line to practice. So first I need to get my starting number, 84. In subtraction, it's very important that we start at the larger number. Have to start at the larger number or we're going to end up with not enough to take away. Now when we did our addition and we moved by tens, we moved down to get to those larger numbers. We are subtracting, so we want to get smaller. So for our 120 grid, that's going to take us up. So let's go up 3 tens, which is going to take us backwards. So we're going to go backwards. Minus 10, minus 20, minus 30, landed us right here at our answer. And I'm going to check and see. That landed us at 50. Oops, I got to switch back to my pen, don't I? 54 for our answer. Now, that's going backwards and counting backwards by tens on our 120 grid. Let's take it up another notch. So let's pretend that instead of taking away just 30, I am going to take away, oopsie, my controls just disappeared. There they are. I'm going to take away 30. 7. Why not? So I had counted back 30. So I went 84 minus 10 minus 20 minus 30 going that direction. Now I need to move by ones to finish this out. So I have 7 ones that I need to take away. Just like we reversed directions or went the opposite way to count back instead of count on, with our 10s, same concept is going to happen with our 1s, where we're going to have to turn left instead of right. So now I'm ready to take away minus 31, minus 32, minus 33. Move my tools out of the way. Minus 34, minus 35, minus 36, minus 37. So here's my answer, and I'm going to get rid of that. And we can see our answer is 47. Let's practice a couple more. Now, I know sometimes we like to just draw lines, but I always encourage students to do actually write out those numbers that you're taking away, because it helps keep you grounded on your number and not lose the number that you're working with. So let's say that we have the number 53. And we have 53 Tootsie Rolls. And I give one to every person in the class, which is 25 kids and 1 teacher, so that's 26. Let's find out how many Tootsie Rolls would be left over. So first I need my starting number, which has to be my larger, wrong marker. Has to be my larger first number here in this equation. So I can go over here and find 53. And I'm using green for my starting number because green means go, right? Now I need to take away my 10s, minus 25. And we're going to count back by 10s, which is going to involve moving up on my 120 grid. So minus 10 minus 20. Okay, now I need to turn left or right. Which way am I going to turn? Am I going to head to 32 or 34? If you said I'm going to turn left and head towards 32, you are correct. Got a little tongue-tied there. So now we're ready to start taking it by 1. Minus 21, minus 22. My toolbar is always in the way today. Minus 23, minus 24, minus 25, minus 26. Oh, that's funny. It's so close to the actual number. So let's see. Sometimes after I write that in, I like to get rid of what's on top and make sure I can see my answer. And my answer to this, my difference, the answer to a subtraction problem is called a difference. Oops. This Bible really is a mess tonight. 27. So in your assignment today, you're going to see that they have a 120 grid on the paper. I do not want you to use the 120 grid on the paper because that will get really messy. So instead, I want you to get out your 120 grid and your marker when it's time and when your teacher asks you to. And remember that these strategies are always required. When I take the time to teach you something, I want you to practice it. So let's do one last problem. We'll do 104 minus 28 equals something. So first I need my starting number. So I've got 104. Now I'm ready to take away my tens. So I'm going to count back by 10. So I got minus 10, minus 20. And then I'm going to take my turn to the left, not the right. Count it with me. Minus 21, minus 22, minus 23, minus 24, minus 25, minus 26, minus 27, minus 28. So my answer is going to be this number right here, 76. So 104 minus 28 equals 76.